Yo, 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 yo. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man, Melvin Taylor, and you back right here on the alternative for Melvin Taylor, Good to be back in studio with you guys, man. Like I always say, it's been another crazy week, but I'm so glad to be black. Well, I am glad to be black, but I'm so glad to be back in studio with you all. I know that a lot of stories have broken over the past week or so since we last spoke to each other, but before we even get into all of those, we got to talk about the Grammys last night and how crazy that was. First of all, shout out to Alicia Keys for hosting the Grammys, because I'm not even going to hold y'all. At first, I was kind of like, yo, this seemed kind of like, it seemed kind of dry to me initially. And I was like, yo, is it Alicia? Is it what's going on? Like, what's going on? And as we got into it, I saw the type of energy that Alicia was bringing and the type of host that she was, and I got comfortable with it. It was just the transitions going from act to act that I was like, yo, this is horrid. This run like a backyard theater production right now with what they doing. They could do a lot better than what they doing, but I don't, when it comes to things of that nature and things on that level, a whole bunch of people got their hands in it, so everything can't always run as smoothly as what they wanted to run to, but they did a decent job. A couple of people that stood out to me last night. We definitely gonna get into some of the categories and whatnot in a little bit, at least some of the ones in which I want to talk about today on the show. But some of the performances stood out to me. Number one had to be Janelle Monáe. Absolutely killed it. I had to come through and represent for her. So glad that she was able to do that, man. I was really hoping that she was gonna take home one of the big awards. Unfortunately, she did not, but nonetheless, she still came out there, put her stamp on the Grammy. Shout out to her, because H.E.R came out there and put her stamp on the Grammys as well. I saw a tweet earlier where somebody asked, what do you call supporters of H.E.R? And people was like, them. I was like, that makes sense. Her name is literally H.E.R. So you would call her supporters them. I get it. Kind of funny. Made me chuckle a little bit. But she did good as well. And she also took home I believe a couple Grammys, if I had that correct. I'm forgetting the name of this duo. But there was some country singing white dudes that sang this song about tequila or whatever, and I was cooking food at the point in time. Yo, made me put down my spatula, go back and watch the TV. Some of my chicken burned a little bit, but it was worth it, because I was like, yo, this song right here, this song is fire. Like, I don't know who y'all are, but every once in a while, one of them country singers end up popping up, and I'm like, yo, y'all good. Y'all good. Like, say, for example, first time I heard my man Chris Stapleton, with I think it was him and Justin Timberlake were singing. I'm a big JT fan, and JT was performing at the Country Music Awards, and him and Chris Stapleton were singing "You're as Smooth as Tennessee Whiskey," and I was like, whoa, this Chris Stapleton dude can sing. And then Justin had him on his album, helping him sing "Say Something," which was also nominated for a Grammy, which I think probably should have won for best duo, but I'm gonna just leave that to myself. It wasn't winning over that Lady Gaga record, though, with her and Bradley Cooper. That wasn't happening. But anyway, saying all of that to say, every once in a while, some country singers pop out, and I'll be like, yo, y'all are fire, bro. Y'all are fire. I'm going to give y'all Project a chance. So if any of y'all can tell me whatever that tequila song is that they were singing, please let me know that ASAP, because that song was absolutely amazing. Who else did some cool performances? Cardi B's performance was great. I was kind of shocked that they let her do the Money song, but I'm guessing because it's also the latest single that they've been pushing, and also in terms of moving on from her Invasion of Privacy album, it had to be the one that she did. Her stylist has not missed whatsoever, because her looks were absolutely amazing last night. I'm gonna get into her winning Rap Album of the Year, because I think that Nipsey Hussle got robbed in that, but I'm gonna just leave it at that for right now. We'll get to that when we get to it. But Cardi, again, very, very deserving. Like, in me saying that Nipsey got robbed, I do want to say that Cardi is very deserving of the record, because Cardi had a monstrous year, and that's what the Grammys are kind of about. If you listen to what Drake had to say before he got cut off, the Grammys is more so a popularity contest. And I saw Travis Scott was hanging his head down. It was like, I mean, dude, you had a good year, but you ain't Drake yet, bro. So I don't know why you thought you was finna win that award over him. Like, and your album was out. Like, Astro World was cool. I think I still like, I was gonna say Goosebumps. I still think I like Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight more than Astro World, but I got to give it some more time. before I can officially decide that. Other performances that were going on as well. A lot of people were saying that Diana Ross's grandson looked a lot like Rick James on stage. Y'all foolish, y'all childish. That boy like 12. Leave him alone. How many people out there love J-Lo's Motown performance? Yeah. So we gonna keep on going past that. This was one of them points in time where, to me, it was like, okay, I get that you went for star power in terms of letting her perform, but you had so many other people who actually sing in the same vein of Motown or sing similar genres of Motown that you could have had perform. Some of those people were in the audience as well. So why not let them do it, but instead you let Jennifer Lopez do the Motown tribute? That's like asking, I saw this tweet earlier too. Shout out to Twitter, bro. Twitter be having the gems. I saw this tweet earlier and somebody was like, all right, cool. Everything can be corrected in the world when we let Mary J. Blige do the Selena tribute. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. But, I mean, it kind of, if we go by the Grammy standards, then, hey, you either let Mary J. Blige or maybe, I was going to say, nah, that would be disrespectful to do that. I'm not even going to mention that. But, hey, kind of made a point. With it. Let H.E.R. do it? Oh, well, I mean, you moving on. What else we got to, were there any other performers? So, before I got the list right here, people that ended up winning awards, and obviously I'm going to get to some of the bigger ones. It was kind of crazy that they did cut Drake off mid-speech, to me, because Drake is one of those people that, obviously he's more popping and don't really need to show up to the award shows. Case in point, him not having a seat and him coming from behind the stage in order to accept his award, because that was like, to me, it signaled Drake is not going to be here for the entire award show. He's literally coming to get his award, and he's bouncing and probably going to an after party of some sort. And then midway through, they cut his speech off, and it was resonating with me what he was talking about in terms of, if you got people coming out and supporting, paraphrasing what he was saying, if you got people coming out and supporting you and buying your art and showing up to your shows, then you don't really need a Grammy to validate you. And then the Grammys is like, oh, you talking ish about us. All right, cut your mic. To commercial break. Here we go. I definitely think that might be the last time for a little while that we see Drake at the Grammys, but I wasn't planning on seeing him anyway. So, not that I didn't want to see Drake. Obviously, I would like to see all the big stars there, but you know how it is. At that point in time, when you get to that height of celebrity and popularity, it becomes a what's the word? Competition. A fight, it becomes kind of like, it's like an ego thing, bro. It really is a big ego thing in a sense, for lack of phraseology right now. Two more things before we do get into the big awards. Alicia Keys made a good point where right after, oh my God, this is going to line up perfectly into what I want to say. I'm so good at this transition. Alicia Keys made a great point about how when Ludwig Garçon was talking about Childish Gambino's "This Is America" winning Song of the Year, he got cut off pretty rapidly when he was discussing some of the things that were going on right now, especially when he started alluding to 21 Savage. And his time, like when he tried to keep talking again, they cut up the music dumb loud to really just cut him off and to be like, all right, bro, like it's quiet out here for you, And Alicia had a short little, the rap seems to be getting shorter and shorter as we go on throughout the night. And I like that little shade that she threw, because it definitely made everybody notice that, like, every time somebody had something to say, because this is like their moment, they ended up cutting them off. And, they did so to some of the other performers as well, but it happened a little bit more with some of the rap hip hop artists than necessary. I know they cut off Cardi as well, but it's the Grammys, bro. It's like when I'm at the Oscars, or if I'm at the Golden Globes, or if I'm at the Grammys, like whatever award show I'm at, bro. Like even the BAFTAs, like Soul Train. I don't care. Any award show that I'm at, if I win and I get to have my moment, like I've worked hard my entire life to get to this one moment here. It's so disrespectful for you to do that to me. I know that you got time constraints, and I know that I could be mad emotional. Maybe you need to enforce beforehand, yo, if you're a nominee, you only getting X amount of time, then we're going to be mad rude and get you off the stage, you know? But Cardi is having her moment, bruh. Out here breaking down, crying and whatnot. Cut her off. Even Casey Musgraves, Country Girl, ended up winning Album of the Year. Cut her off. Ludwig Garcon, he was out there talking about 21 Savage. Cut him off too. Didn't make no sense to me whatsoever, man. It was super disrespectful to me. But speaking of 21 Savage, bro, this goes back into one of the reasons why I just don't. Something about Post Malone just don't click for me all the time, bro. I don't know what it is with him, but yo, you out here performing this song Rockstar, right? You performing this song Rockstar, and 21 Savage is featured on the song, and the song was the #1 song in the country for a long time. Like a long time, right? You don't say anything about 21 Savage during your performance. You don't say anything at all. And then after the fact, we get to see pictures of you backstage while you changing your clothes and you got a free 21 shirt on. I don't know how factual that is because a lot of things are Photoshop nowadays. I want to give him benefit of the doubt if he did have the shirt on backstage. But we're not going to act like that was your outfit the entire day, like you went on the red carpet saying free 21, because that's not what you did. You didn't say anything. The first person to say something about 21 Savage happened to be Ludwig Garcon. I know I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but Ludwig, who produced This Is America. He's the only person that said something about him. You have a #1 hit song with him. How do you not say anything? That really bothered me. Really bothered. It just like, I was gonna say, rubbed me the wrong way, grinding my gears, however you want to put it, bro. It just did not sit well with me whatsoever that happened. And that's gonna lead me to be like, hey, yo, Childish, Donald Glover, congratulations, brother, because you killed it last night. I believe you won four Grammys, and he got, Young Thug got a Grammy now, 21 got a Grammy now. They all featured on This Is America, all of them. Y'all think them little ad-libs was like, oh, okay, yeah, they featured. Yeah, they got a Grammy now, bro. You got to call Young Thug a Grammy winning artist. Same thing with 21 Savage. So now when y'all talking about him having these legal issues and being in 23-hour lockdown, y'all better make sure to say he's a Grammy winning artist. Same thing with Future. Future got a Grammy out here now. What song was Future featured on? Shout out to J-Rock for King's Dead off the Black Panther soundtrack and off of the Redemption album. Got a Grammy out here, bro. And I was still kind of tight that they made them share that award. So the award went. I'm gonna get into it in a second. J-Rock and Anderson .Paak had to split that award, but I'm happy that they both ended up getting Grammys. It's good for me because I feel good that I'm like, okay, at least we're represented correctly. The Grammys ain't getting it all the way right, but they look like they making improvements to getting it there. After that, man, let's just go ahead and hop into it. So we're gonna start off with Record of the Year. I'm not gonna talk about every single field because I would end up being here all night probably, and I know y'all don't want me to talk for that long because I still got some more music that I want to play for y'all. But I'm probably gonna get through a good number of these, and then we're gonna get back into some music. So #1, off the bat, Record of the Year. This Is America by Childish Gambino won it. Now, obviously, I would have been happy if this would have won, or if All the Stars would have won, or I even would have been happy if I Like It by Cardi B would have won. And I know a lot of folks were saying that God's Plan by Drake should have won because they said that was more relevant in the culture. But something that I explained to my man Domity Pongo, host of MTV News, shout out to him and previous guest on the show, Julian Mitchell, who both were on MTV News talking about the Grammys afterwards, and gave a special shout out to your boy. Warmed my heart somewhat to see that. They were saying that, Julian was making the case that God's Plan had been more culturally relevant, and I was making the case beforehand when Domity had posed the question, was This Is America as relevant to win all these awards? And I was saying, for us and within the culture, We, after the second time, maybe even third time of us seeing This Is America, we understood it, right? Say, for example, when I made my reaction video, the next day, after I was no longer influenced by the things I was influenced by anymore, when I was able to watch the video and being having like a clear mind and focus, I was like, okay, I get what this is about now. But for people that are not of the culture, this was a wake-up call in a sense for them, and kind of like a jarring shock to them to be like, oh my God, what is this? Like, what's going on here? Especially from it to come from Childish Gambino, somebody that they're like, oh my God, they were fawning over Donald Glover. Remember, he had just hosted SNL. He had performed 2 new songs, This Is America and Saturday, which we still haven't got the full version of that yet, Donald. I ain't forgot about that. I need to get that album, even though I'm still giving you time because of everything that you're going through right now. But he just did that, and Solo was like coming out in the next week or so. So nobody was really expecting that to happen. But for us, obviously, we not playing This Is America like that because we get it. For the people who are deciding bodies and deciding factors, they're playing it a lot because they're so infatuated by what's going on and trying to understand why he would do something like this or why he's putting this art out there. Case in point, during these Solo press junkets for the movie, people were asking him, yo, do you want to explain your This Is America video? And he was like, no, I don't. I don't know. Some people was giving him some people was giving him some what do I want to say? Some people was talking about him for lack of phraseology because they were like, no, you should be out there explaining why you're doing this and why this is important and why this is relevant. But the more we get away from the video, the more I understand him being like, actually, I don't have to explain it. There's enough people out there who A, have hopped all over Twitter and explained it, or B, if you know, you know, bro. In the words of Pusha T, if you know, you know. You know what's going on out here. This is America, bro. This straight up is what it is. So for you to be out here and say, no, you need to fully explain why. Why do I need to do that, bro? If I need to fully explain it to you, that means you don't understand what needs to be understood already. So maybe you the one that need to go out there and talk to somebody about it. I don't have to. I put it out there already for you to make that interpretation and use your brain and use your smarts to be able to understand everything that's going on. So I understand why it won Record of the Year. My personal favorite would have been All the Stars, but obviously I can't have it win everything. We still got the Oscars coming up, though. I don't know if it's going to be Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, unfortunately. I hate to concede that at this point in time, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Album of the Year went to Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves, meaning I'm going to give it a listen at some point in time. I definitely wanted Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe to win. I would have been infatuated if H.E.R. would have won. Obviously I would have been happy if Black Panther, the album, would have won. You know, Invasion of Privacy or Scorpion also would have been cool if they would have won. Brandy Carlisle, By the Way I Forgive You, didn't really listen to that, so I can't even give a full opinion. I wouldn't feel correct doing so. And Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone. I already told y'all how I feel about Post Malone, so we're going to move on past that, right? Cool. So This Is America also won Song of the Year. And a lot of people thought that, what was it? A lot of people thought that Boot Up probably should have won Song of the Year. And I can see that. Shallow, the Lady Gaga song, it just came out not too long ago, bro, to my knowledge. If it was out a long time and we just now hearing about it, then I mean it really wasn't Song of the Year because it just only got hyped because of the movie. It's kind of one of them late things. You feel me? It's like, I just got here. It's like when people were like, oh, Meek's album was the best album 2018. It's like, bro, it just came out. Like, you got to sit with it for a minute. It's definitely the best Meek album so far. Championship's definitely the best Meek album so far. But you can't, best album 2018, bro. It literally just came out like the week before then. Y'all can't be making them judgments already. You could argue In My Blood by Shawn Mendes because that was huge too. God's Plan, All the Stars, all of that. But happy for This Is America. Best New Artist. Ooh, man, I really wanted Chloe and Halle to win this, bro. I really wanted Chloe and Halle to win this to really get them that validation, but they Grammy nominated, so they good. And plus, they got Beyonce as a mentor, so they gonna be all right. Shout out to Dua Lipa though, cause that New Rule song, one of the remixes is one that I got on my gym playlist when I be lifting. Make me feel like Thanos after I be out there squatting, bro. It feel nice. What else we got? Best pop solo performance. Joanne, Lady Gaga. Haven't really heard a lot of them songs on there. So Havana was on there. And God is a woman, Lost? Really? Oh, I thought God is a woman. Yo, that's just one of my personal. Yo, you put on God as a woman, I will start singing the mess out of that song, bro. That song is fire. I know Ariana Grande going every which way right now, but that song was absolute fire. Best pop/duo performance. That's the one where I said Shallow, Lady Gaga, and Bradley Cooper won, but I would have been ecstatic if Say Something by Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton would have won, because, man, that song is just so touching. And everybody around me has been saying Melvin, Shallow is the same way. You just got to give it a chance. And I will at some point in time, but not right now. Oh, Beck won another one. Best alternative music album. Colors by Beck. Does that mean he can give Beyonce her award back? No? Okay. Should I let that go now? I should let that go, shouldn't I? I should probably let that go. All right. Well, anyway. Best R&B performance went to Best Part by H.E.R. featuring Daniel Caesar. Shout out to H.E.R, man. She out here getting it right now. Shout out to H.E.R and shout out to them, all her supporters, in a joking manner, man. So good to be able to see somebody who's really having their moment right now get validated, bro. It's an amazing thing. Absolute amazing thing. All right, so best traditional R&B performance. It was a tie between How Deep Is Your Love by PJ Morton featuring Yebba and Bet Ain't Worth the Hand by Leon Bridges. Shout out to Leon Bridges, man. Got a cool connection. Me and one of his homies from Texas are pretty tight. And it's good to be able to see Leon be validated in this way, because I know he's been trying to figure out his path in terms of where he fits within the music industry. So it's good for him to be able to get that validation, man. Shout out to Leon Bridges for sure. I gotta check in on PJ Morton and see what their music is about. Best R&B song went to Booed Up. So Ella Mai did end up winning something, so that's great for her. Other nominees were Long As I Live, Toni Braxton, Focus, H.E.R, Feels Like Summer, Gambino. Oh, Feels Like Summer was put on Best R&B song. It wasn't being Booed Up though. And Come Through and Chill as well with Miguel and J. Cole. That's a nice category. But Booed Up was just such a monstrous record. I can't argue against it. Whatsoever. Best Urban Contemporary Album. Shout out to Everything Is Love by the Carters. Ended up winning a Grammy right there. Shout out to them. Best R&B Album. H.E.R by H.E.R. What's funny is that I think that was an EP that she put out. I don't know if that was her official, like, this is my first full release. I was seeing people make jokes online saying, yo, this was just the EP, so I gotta fact check that. But if it was just the EP, yo, and she need to hold on that album then, bro. If that was just your EP, put out 2 more records that's gonna last us until like the summertime, and then drop the album, so that way you can come back next year and win Best R&B Album again. Because if that's your EP and that's how fire it is, woo, bruh, I can't wait. All right, so up next after that is the rap category, but I'm gonna play some music and then we'll hop back into the rap category, just because I know I've been going for a little bit and I really wanna get into this rap category, bro, because I feel like Nipsey Hussle did everything the correct way to win Rap Album of the Year. But due to the hype and like I said, with Booed Up and everything that was going on with Cardi B, I can understand her winning. So that's just me personally, but we'll get to that after this next break right here. So right now, if any of y'all seen the Into the Spider-Verse movie made me emotional, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It didn't get me to cry. Did not do that. But it made me emotional when Miles Morales the half black, half Latino kid from Brooklyn finally realizes, all right, I'm the new Spider-Man and I'm that guy. Like the moment that he has where that happens, oh man, one of the greatest moments in like cinematic history to me. You know, it was just great. But we're gonna go ahead and hop into Sunflower. This is one of the songs that he was singing. It's by Sway Lee and that one guy I don't like. I'm just playing. It's by Sway Lee and Post Malone. Keep it locked right here. H.E.R. 90.3 FM New York, the voice of Harlem. This right here. Sunflower, Post Malone, Sway Lee from the Into the Spider-Verse record.